Okay. So, okay na po. Nag-start record na.
Sige.
Okay. So, ang na-prepare ko nga pala sa'yo is like, though, parang mag-a-answer lang po ng worksheet na binigay niyo po sa akin. Ito. Because like, as we go or as we answer, you learn more about parabola. So, tell me what you know about parabolas. Ano yung alam mo about it?
Honestly, I'm like mental blocked.
Mental blocked. Okay. So,
Ano,
parabola.
ano po, ay sorry.
Sige, go ahead.
Consisting of X and Y
X and Y.
axis.
So, yung parabola po is one of the conic sections. You have your circle, you have your parabola, your hyperbola, and ellipsis. Okay. So, it's chapter 3, right? This is chapter 3. So, this is probably like the second lesson you have. Meron na kayong isang circle.
Pa,
Nagka-lesson na kayo sa circle.
hindi pa po, ito lang po.
Ito yung first. Okay. So, parabola po is the U-shaped curve. Ganito. What you need to know about parabola is that it is U-shaped curve. Ay, bakit po nag-ano? U-shaped curve, ganon. So, anywhere along sa plane Cartesian, you have like this one. It looks like a U-shaped curve that is a parabola. So, what does the parabola would tell us? A parabola would tell us that it is it is a graphic representation of a quadratic function. So, what are quadratic functions? Those what's the general formula? You have the polynomials, right? You know about polynomials. So, when there's a square there, those are your quadratic functions. For example, x squared plus 8x plus 4. So this one is a quadratic, okay? Quadratic function. And it's actually the general form of the parabola. So, for example, so it's telling us that yung lahat na parabola, it is a quadratic function. Okay? So, di ba, alam mo naman na marami tayong klaseng function. So, we have a quadratic function that when we graph it, it would show us a parabola. Okay? So, meron tayong general form na parabola that is y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Or pwede mag-change yung y and x. That would be x is equal to a y squared plus b. Ay, ito pala x. Plus by plus c. So, pag mag-change tong x and y, it would tell us saan ano nga yung word? Like where it is pointing, where the parabola is pointing. For example, for the y, it's either the axis would be either here or here. If it's x, it's sideways. Okay? So that's the difference between the two. But in your book, na I've noticed na di kayo nag-start from the general form. Proceed kayo sa standard form, which is what? The standard form for the parabola would be y is equal to ax ano nga to? Ax parenthesis h plus k. Yan yung general form na parabola. Squared pala to. But sa worksheet nyo, yung parang nag-start siya muna sa vertex niya origin 0. So, sa plane Cartesian, meron tayong origin dito. So, it would give us the most basic functions of the parabola. Kasi nandyan lang naman yung vertex niya sa ano. So, pag mag-proceed tayo dito, mas malalaman mo yung ano natin. Yung ating yung mga jargons sa parabola. So this standard form came from the general form. Okay? So this is also a quadratic function. That's what it's telling us. So first lesson, we have graphing a parabola of the form y is equal to x squared and y is equal to x squared plus k. So yung yx squared na to, it has a vertex of what? 0, 0. So, ano nga yung vertex? Kung saan nagsisimula yung parabola. Kung saan yung point dito. Yan yung vertex niya. It has a 0, 0 because yung standard nga po is like ito. X squared minus h plus k. Pag meron kang, pag meron kang equation na ganito, yung vertex ng parabola na to is h and k. As you can see naman, sa y is equal to x squared, walang h or k, meaning 0 yan. So, it's telling us that the vertex for this function, or kung saan nagsisimula yung parabola, is starting at the origin. Okay? Mag-ask ka lang ng questions if parang di mo ko nagagets or something. Okay. So, let's start with the first example from your worksheet. Okay, so graph the function y is equal to x squared. So, y is equal to x squared. By plotting the values using integer values between negative 3 and 3. So, ano ba yung gagawin dito? Meron ka bang calculator? May ituturo ako sa iyo na Calcutech. So, ano ba yung calculator mo? Parehas tayo. Okay. So, marunong ka ba mag-input ng like y? For example,
Hindi po.
can you press ang alpha? Kasi
Alpha.
make sure pala naka-clear yung ano, yung calculator mo. Shift, clear, or ang 9.
Opo. And then alpha.
Wait lang. I-clear muna natin yung calculator mo.
Sige po.
Shift, clear. Yan yung number 9. Tsaka
Shift and then 9.
Ano man nakikita mo? Yung clear?
Shift and 9 po bibitatin ko.
Apo.
Ito po. Clear.
Tapos, all. Then, equal. Tapos,
Wait, nasaan po yung all?
shift, clear. Ano yung nakikita mo?
Ito po. Clear.
Pinutin mo yung all, which is yung number 3. Pinutin mo yung 3 na number.
And then,
Okay. Yung equal sign, yes. Then AC. Okay. So, nagagamit naman kayo ng calculator, di ba? Sa school.
opo.
So, this is one way that para mapabilis yung pag-input mo ng values sa calculator. So, first, input natin we're gonna input the equation y is equal to x squared. So, how are we gonna do that? First, we have the y, di ba? Dito yung s convert to d, ganun. Parang dito, SD. Meron y na naka-red.
Ito po.
Opo.
SD.
So, yung red po, yung mga red na nakikita mo, ma-access mo yun pag napindot mo yung alpha. So, first, you're gonna press alpha and then y.
Alpha and then y.
Oo. Yung S and D na button. Para y yung mapapakita sa camera. Okay. Then you also have to input your equal sign, that is alpha and calc. Can you see it?
Alpha and then
Yung calc
calc.
na button. May equal sign na naka-red sa taas.
Opo.
Okay. So and then you also have to input your x. Your x is beside the y. The parenthesis na ano, yung button na
Opo.
parenthesis. And then you have to square it, which is what? Yung x squared. Naka-square na ba?
Wait lang po. Ito pong ano, parentheses.
Yung x, oo.
Tapos ito po yung papakita.
Tapos yung square, which is yung x squared po na button. You don't have to press anything. So, ano bang nakikita mo? Y?
Ito po, y equals
Yung parenthesis po, i-change mo natin. You have to press alpha
alpha
first
and
to access yung
okay.
x. Is that y equal to x squared? Okay.
Opo.
So next, you're gonna press the calc, yung calc button.
Press na po.
It's asking, di ba, x question mark.
Opo.
So it's asking you for the equation of y x squared, what is the x? So first, we're gonna input this one. This one. Okay? So we're gonna input what? -3. Ano yung y natin?
9.
9. Is it correct? Correct ba? Correct, di ba?
Opo.
9. So this is one way na, for example, given kayo ng functions, tapos magpa-plot kayo para mabilisan. Kasi pag gagawin mo to mentally, manually, like you have to input x squared equal to x, ganon. Ganon yung gagawin mo. Which is actually easy in this example kasi easy lang naman kasi yung function. But if you're given like a function na parang complicated, it's gonna take time to solve it balat. So this is one way that would help you nga para mabilisan yung pag-solve mo. So can you try with -2, 1 and 0, so you can check your answers.
Negative.
Diba do you have the 9 already? You have to
Opo.
just press the equal sign. It's gonna ask another x again. So you don't have to input the equation again.
Tama po yung 2 and 1.
Tama po yung 2. Can you check -1 as well?
Negative. Mali.
Huh?
Wait lang. Tama pala.
Tama. Okay.
Tama.
So, yung example 1 is just asking us to graph the function. So, the function is this one, y is equal to x squared. And we have to plot it between the values of x, -3 and 3. Okay? So, now that we've solved for y using the equation, yan kasi yung hinahanap natin, yung mga y na to, gamit yung function. That's what I taught you just now. So, anong gagamitin sa x and y na to? We have what we call your ordered pairs. So, these are the points in the graph. Ito yung mga points sa graph kung saan nagme-make siya ng parabola.
Parabola.
Okay. So, first natin na ordered pair is always x. Alam mo naman, di ba, na always x yung first, comma, then y. Okay? So, you know naman to plot on the Cartesian plane?
Yep.
Okay. So, if you plot it, for example, start with the origin. Ito yung origin natin. This point is 0, 0. Okay? The next one, -1 and 1. It's over here, -1 and 1 here. And then plot it all and you have your parabola. So, um, so you have your what we call the axis of symmetry. So what is your axis of symmetry? In definition sa yung worksheet, it is an imaginary line that cuts the graph in half with each half a reflection of the other. So example 1. So in example 1, the axis of symmetry is the y-axis, which is the equation x equal to 0. Okay? Y-axis equation x equal to 0. So this is your axis of symmetry because for example, yung distance from here to here, from the axis to here is actually equal to the distance from the axis to the other part of the parabola. So it's telling us that this half of the parabola is a reflection of this other half. Okay? So that's
Mm.
a property of the parabola. And we also have what we call the vertex. That the vertex is the highest or the lowest point of the parabola. So in this case, this one is a lowest point. Okay? As the parabola is pointing towards up, the vertex is the lowest or the minimum point. Okay. And we also have the domain or the range. What do you know about the domain and the range?
Yung X real number or
So
it's like Y, X and Y.
x and y. So the domain is your all x and your y. So the domain and range of, like for example, a graph, it's all the numbers that are in the x, ano, yung parang x yung pag ganito, yung lahat na points na pag
Mm.
ganito. And also from the x as well. And the y is yung lahat na number ganito. So for this example, ano yung domain? What do you think is the domain and the range?
Um,
Ano nga
is
ba?
it -3?
-3. Okay. So the domain, san ba yung x natin? Yung graph natin is this one, right? Like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So lahat, it's telling us
Ah,
na lahat na what? Yung dito,
lahat ng points.
yung dito. Yan yung
Lahat
domain
ng
natin.
X.
Lahat
Ah,
ng
domain.
x's. Okay. So that's it. The domain is all your x's and the range is all your y's.
Y.
This one. Okay. But yung parabola is continuous, right? Like if you see the arrow here, yung parabola is extending until like the end of, there's no end but like, okay. So it's telling us that the domain is a set of all real numbers. So what are the real numbers? Those are your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, and then also your -1, -2, -3. So those are your real numbers. So if you extend to lahat to, lahat na yan is your x's. Okay? What's gonna be different is your y. Because yung y mo, as you can see, if we extend this, ano to? Yung plane natin, yung y is just ending here. Diba? Your x is, for example, here. If it's gonna get bigger like this one, you're still gonna have an x here. You have a value of x as well as the other side. But your
Mm.
y will just stay here because that is what? This is where your vertex is located. And where your vertex is located, that's your minimum value. That's the lowest value that you can have for the y. So what is gonna be your y? Your y is
0, 0.
0, 0 is the vertex, but the y
Oh,
is gonna be the all the numbers above 0. Okay?
oh, okay.
So, kasi hindi, for this function, never uh, go down yung, yung atin na y. Okay? Di siya, kasi dito yung vertex niya, you can never find y sa ilalim. That's why your range or the pairs of y that you have will always be above 0, including 0, I mean. Above and including 0. Okay? 0 up to above. Okay? Do you understand it? May question ka po ba? Wala naman. Okay. So, next we have another example. Ito yon yung y is equal to x squared plus 2. So, using your calculator, can you check for the negative 3 and negative 2? If you're gonna get the 11y and 6y.
Ano na yung gagawin ko after ma-input yung
Just click yung AC para ma-clear po.
AC? Okay.
Okay.
AC.
And then this time, you're gonna have to input a new equation. This one.
Okay. And then, paano ko na ilalagay yung negative 3?
And then, you're gonna calc. You're gonna press the calc. Nandyan na ba yung equation mo?
Up pa yung negative 3. Yep, negative 3 is
11.
11.
How about negative 2?
Dal lang po yung pipititin ko.
You're gonna click the equal sign para mag-a-add siya ulit ng another x.
Negative 2, 6.
6. Okay. So, if you're gonna input all the other x's, you're gonna have this y, okay?
Opo.
And then pair it with one another, plot it, and you have this parabola. So what did you notice? What happened to the parabola in compared to the example one?
Hindi niya natatouch yung dito yung line ng X. Mas mataas siya.
Nagtaas siya by 2, right?
2.
Compared.
Opo.
So yung equation natin kanina is x plus y. Okay? Ito naman, it has a plus 2. So, anong nangyari? Yung yung y-axis mo go up 2 points. Okay? So, by just like looking, for example, we're gonna have equations lang. Tapos, masasabi siya na without plotting or without like solving, like for this one, without solving the ordered pairs, how can you graph it? So, we can graph it like because of this. If you see the plus 1, you're just gonna move two points up. Okay? This time, what do you think is the vertex? Yung
Is
vertex
it
from
0 and 2?
is it 0 and 2? Can you check this? Okay? So the vertex is 0 and 2. So, did you remember yung ating standard form?
Yep.
Y
Is it y equals a and then x minus h plus k?
Opo. So, in this equation, makukuha mo yung vertex, right? The vertex would be h plus k. Ay, wait. Yung example 1 natin, wala siyang h or k, 'di ba? Wala rin siyang
Opo.
a. So that's why yung vertex dito is 0, 0. it's at the origin. For this example, saan yung h natin? Meron bang katabi si x? Yung parang inside the squared?
O
Wala, di
yung
ba?
wala po.
Wala. So, yung vertex at x is 0. But meron tayong k this time. Okay? Your k is the 2. Okay? Here. So that's why the vertex is 2. So there are gonna be more examples later on that if you're gonna be given a what is it called this? If you're gonna be given an equation, you will know now how to identify the vertex just by remembering this standard form. Okay? So what is the domain for this one? For this example?
Um, this is the domain is all real numbers.
All real, this one is summation, real numbers. And the range would be, what are your y's?
Um, more than zero.
Is it 0 or 2?
It's two.
2. So your range would be all the numbers and
More than
including 2. Including 2, okay? There's still y at 2, which is your vertex. Okay? Um, it's also facing upward, which here, the axis of symmetry is y. Is y-axis, and this has the equation what? X is equal to 0. Okay? If you have the y-axis, the equation is x is equal to 0. But if, for example, do you understand this one? Do you understand why the equation is x equal to 0?
yep.
Okay. But if you have the x-axis, then the equation would be y is equal to 0. Okay? What's the next one? You have another example. So what you're gonna do is input as well in the equation if you want to check lang later on. Okay, it's telling us, so if you're gonna input this equation to your calculator, you can do this manually, gali ha? You know how to do it manually, right? Okay. So we also have the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. What do you know about the intercepts?
It's where they meet.
Where they meet with what?
X intercept.
So um, the x-intercept is where it is intercepting with the x-axis, while the y-intercepts are where it is intercepting with the y-axis. Okay? So where on the axis is it where in the graph is it touching the axis? For example, the x-intercept, your x-intercepts are here because your graph is here, and it's touching the axis, this one, the x-axis over here. So these two are your x-intercepts. Okay? And you also have your y-intercept here, which is also the vertex, because this graph is touching the y-axis at here. Okay? So the domain for this one would be what?
All real numbers.
All real numbers pa rin. What's happening? How about the range?
The range is
What's the lowest point?
one.
Is it 1? Where's the
Is this
vertex?
one? I can't really see. Oh, okay. Is it 5?
4.
Okay.
So the vertex is at 0
And
and
4.
-4 because here is the origin. There's 0, 0 here. Okay?
Okay.
And as you can see from the function as well, it's telling you -4, right?
Yeah.
So just by looking at this equation, it can already tell you where is the vertex. So for this equation, the vertex would be at 0 and -4. Okay, which is same with the if you're looking at the graph. Okay, so do you have any more questions for this one?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, so let's start answering your worksheet. Okay. So first is fill in the blanks. A function in the form of f of x is equal to x squared plus k has a graph whose shape is what?
Parabola.
It's a parabola because it is a quadratic function. Okay. Letter B. A function of the form f of x is equal to x squared plus k is called a blank function. What is it?
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I forgot.
So all your parabolas, okay, with this form is a quadratic function. Okay, that was I was explaining earlier that your quadratic functions, your parabolas would represent a quadratic function in the Cartesian plane. Okay, so your quadratic functions are equations, right? And then your parabolas would represent these quadratic functions on the plane or as a graph. Okay. So here you already have the answer. The lowest point on the parabola that opens upward is called the vertex of the parabola. So for
Wrong.
example, I think it's correct actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's correct. Um, because if the parabola is opening upward like this one, the lowest point would be what? Your
The
vertex.
vertex.
Okay? But if the parabola is looking like this one, it's not gonna be the lowest point already. It's gonna be the highest
Highest.
point or the maximum point. Okay? So next is the graph of a quadratic function is symmetric about its what?
Axis.
It's about its axis or axis of symmetry. Okay? Ano nga yung axis of symmetry ulit? It it's the
It's
line
like
that is,
word.
right?
Yeah, yung naghahati sa kanila.
Nakahati. Okay. And a parabola is defined by a function that is blank degree polynomial. So, anong degree? What do you think?
Um, second.
Second, because ito, ito yung order ng functions mo, right? It's in the
Yeah.
second order. So, yung quadratic functions kasi, these are second degree polynomials. So, by definition, you have the second degree parabolas. Okay? Next, ito yung sinasabi ko, without graphing each function, state its vertex, axis of symmetry, and the domain or the range. Okay. So, for letter A, this one is easy. What is the vertex?
Zero.
It's is it zero?
Zero,
Zero,
zero.
zero. Okay, that's your vertex. How about your axis of symmetry?
Zero.
Y or X? Y is equal. The axis of symmetry can be what? Your Y axis, or you can represent it with the equation X is equal to zero. Okay, it's important to say this one. Uh, it's important to say that X is equal to zero. That means that's your Y axis.
Okay.
Okay. How about the domain and the range?
The domain is it real number?
Domain is still real numbers, right? How about the
Real.
range?
Um, Zero.
Range is your numbers including numbers above and including zero. Okay, so this is your vertex, your axis symmetry, your domain, and then your range. How about letter B? What is the vertex for this one?
Um, is it zero and then negative three?
Yes, correct. 0 and negative 3 because here is your k, right? And you have no h. This one is 0. How about the axis of symmetry?
Um, X equals three.
The axis of symmetry is still or your y-axis. It's not gonna be moving. So it's asking you like, um, where is it like moving here? Like where is it half? Since
Oh,
it's looking upward and the vertex is about here. I wait. 0, 3. 1 second. Wait. Bakit parang mali yung answer ko dito? Wait lang po ah. -3 pala to. Let me double check. 0 and -3. So, yung x-axis natin, ay yung axis of symmetry natin is what again? X is equal to -3. Because, mali yung nakasulat sa libro ko. Okay. So, what's gonna be your domain?
all real numbers.
All real numbers pa rin. How about your range?
Negative three.
What's your y ba?
Why any number more than negative three?
Y -3. Wait, parang mali. Wait lang po ah. Mali yung papel ko. Ah, yung ano pa pala yung, let me correct this one. Yung axis of symmetry, it's still gonna be 0. Okay? Kasi yung pag i-graph mo to, it's gonna be like this one. So the axis of symmetry is still the what? Y-axis, right? And then y-axis, your 0 is equal to, your x is always equal to 0. Okay? Sorry sa confusion. Okay na po ba?
Yep.
Okay. How about sa letter C?
Um, Zero and then one.
0 and then 1. How about your axis of symmetry?
Zero.
x is still equal to 0 or your y-axis, okay?
Yep.
Your domain,
All real numbers
all real numbers, and then your range would be what?
is any number more than or more than one.
More than 1 and including 1, okay? Kasi ito yung ano. How about that, letter D?
Letter D, 0 and then -6.
0 and -6. Your axis of symmetry is
0.
x is equal to 0, okay?
Yep.
Your domain is still real numbers, and then your range is what?
Y more than including 6, -6.
-6. Okay? So that's the answer for this one.
Yep.
Here. Okay, so if possible, determine the x-intercepts of the function. So, how do you find the intercepts? Okay, if you're looking for the x-intercepts, equate y to 0. Okay, so you're gonna replace y in your function as 0. So, for example, in this, it's the same principle with y-intercepts. This time, you have to equate x is equal to 0. Okay, so here, for letter A, equate y to 0, and then square root, right? When you move it to the other side, it's gonna be positive. Okay, and then get the square root of each. X is equal to 3. Ayos. Ano parang may nagsa-sound? May nagsa-sound ba?
Ay,
So parang kung mag-square root ka po pala, ito, it's always gonna have a positive and negative value. Okay? So x is equal to x and 3. Okay? Always yan pag kumukuha ka ng square root. Okay? Especially pag quadratic function siya, dalawang roots yan. So, nakuha na natin yung x, right? It's asking us the x-intercepts of the function. So, it's gonna be asking us the points. Okay? Where in the graph, or where in the graph is the curve intercepting with the y-axis. So, saan ba sa graph na to, yung parang nag-i-intercept yung graph natin sa x-axis. So, that's here. As you can see, you have two intercepts. So, if you're gonna answer this one, you're supposed to be giving a point. So, what point is this? It's gonna be 3 and 0 because the y is at 0. Tama ba? And then you're also gonna have -3 and 0. So, these two are the x-intercepts for this function. Okay? You understand? May question po ba so far kung paano nakuha?
wala po.
Okay. Um, let's move on sa D. Okay. So, paano nga ulit magkuha ng intercepts? You're gonna equate
To
y
0.
to 0. So, this one is
0 equals x squared.
okay, squared plus 9. And transpose it, it's gonna be -9 on the other side. So, you have to take the square root of each side. You have what? This is gonna, if you're getting the square root of a negative number, it's gonna give you an imaginary number. Okay? So, it's telling us that this function does not have a x-intercept. Okay? No x-intercept.
Wait, paano niyo po in-square yung 9 and yung x squared?
Di ba po, pag nag-square tayo ng x squared, makukuha lang po to. Yung sa 9 po, kasi negative po siya. Pag nag-square
Hmm.
root ka ng any number na actually bawal kasi yan. Pag, di ko sure pag nag-input. If you try po sa calculator nyo, mag-square root ng negative 9, it's gonna give you math error. Kasi nga po, imaginary number yung, every time mag-square ka ng any number that is negative, it's gonna give you an imaginary number. That's why pag i-input mo yung equation na yan sa calculator, it's gonna tell you math error.
Tapos yung x squared po, automatic, ano siya, 0.
Um, yung x squared naman, kasi meron po kasing squared yan. Ito po. Kasi yung opposite po ng raised to 2 is square root. Okay? So, pag ito po, it's gonna be equal to x. Then, for example, meron po kasi yung parang ano 'to, yung loss of logarithm, gano'n. So, meron naman po, for example, the cube root. Alam niyo po ba yung cube root? Yung
Yung tatlo po yung ano niya.
tatlo po yung ang square. Ito po kasi meron tong 2. Kaso given naman po na square root 'yan, so we don't have to write it. Then you have the x cube here. It's also gonna give us x kasi magka-cancel lang yung 3 and 3. Dito nagka-cancel yung 2 and 2. Okay? So, ano yung example na hindi maka-cancel yung 2? For example, you're getting the square root of cube. This is gonna give you what? X raised to 3 over 2. Okay? These are your laws of logarithm, but we don't have to go further sa dira. Okay? So, you now understand why bakit x na lang po yung naiwan. Okay.
Kasi
So,
nagka-cancel out sila.
yeah. Very good. For letter B, there are no x-intercepts. How about letter C? And can you try on your own? And you can tell me after. I need po yung points po, yung parang ganito. Mag-off cam po muna ako. Wait lang po.
Is it 5 and then 0?
Is it 5 or not a square root of 5?
Hmm?
Square root of 5 or 5 lang po ba?
5 lang
5
po.
lang? So, okay. Let's check natin. So, what
Square
we're
root of
gonna
5 po pala.
square root of 5, okay?
Opo.
You don't have to, pwede kasi mag-answer na square root of 5 lang. Kasi, pag mag-graph ka mag-graph ka sa plane, parang, hirap hanapin yung, square root of 5. Okay. So, equate this to 0, x, transpose to the other side, that's 5. I saw x squared, get the square root for each side, and then you're gonna have what? Plus and negative square root of 5. Okay?
Oh, I have a question po. Paano niyo po malalaman kung ilalagay yung plus and then negative? Or
Plus
kung
and
pag plus
negative.
lang or pag negative lang?
Always po yan, pag nakukuha ka ng square root of a number,
Ah,
it's giving you two integers. That is the positive and the negative part of, ano, equivalent sila, pero positive and negative. So, dalawa po yung roots ng, ano natin, nung square root ng 5, ganun. Klaro po ba? Clear po ba? Okay, so, the x-intercepts would be what? Positive, negative, positive of 5 and 0
positive.
is 1 point. So you have negative square root of 5 and then 0. So these two are your x-intercepts.
Tapos dun sa D po, parehas naman po sila ng B na error,
No?
na imaginary numbers.
Very good. So, walang intercepts for B and D and you have A and C. Okay. So, gets po ba yung dito na part?
Opo.
Okay. Let's move on to this one. So, wait, let me check my notes. Okay. So, without, sabi niya, you can answer this without graphing, okay? So, find another point on the quadratic function given the vertex and the point on the parabola. Actually, I can show you like paano to masasolve manually, but actually, maa-answer mo to na di ka nag-solve. So, if you know the properties of the parabola, ano nga yung property? If it's starting here, if your vertex is here, right? It's gonna have the same distance kasi reflection, di ba? Yan yung
Opo.
property ng parabola. So, you already have your vertex, which is over here. That's your origin. And you have point 2, 2. 2, 2 is where?
Wait,
Are you
akyat lang po ako sa taas. Mabilis lang.
sige po.
Ano po?
Okay na po.
Opo.
Wait lang. Okay. Okay. Saan nga tayo? So, okay. So, for letter A, it's, the vertex is where again? At the origin, right? So, you also have another point, which is 2, 4. That is right about here. Ito, 2,
Mhm.
4 here. So, here's your point. So, ano nga yung, yung property ng parabola? Reflection lang siya on the other side. It about the axis of symmetry. Your axis of symmetry is at y, right? And so if ganun yung um if ganun yung property, it's gonna tell us that the other point could be here, right? So same distance lang sila from here sa x. Same distance lang dito, same distance lang dito. So this point would be like what? The
E.
negative, right?
Nag,
So the other point would be in negative 2. What's the y?
0.
The y would be
Oh, 4.
4.
4.
4 still.
Sorry.
Okay? Okay, so that's one way to answer this one without like solving for it. Okay? But I've nag-solve ako ng other examples. Marami kasing questions sa worksheet mo. Magkakaroon ng point na kailangan natin i-solve. Okay? So, I'm just gonna teach you then. Okay? So, how about sa dito?
Sa B,
Sa letter B. Nag-iba po
negative,
kasi yung vertex niya.
negative 4, and then 11.
It's
11.
gonna be negative 4 and 11 pa rin. Okay? Kahit kasi nag-iba yung vertex niya. For example, dito siya. Yung negative 4 and 11 is right about, I think dito yun. Ay, negative 4 and 11. So, negative 4 and 11 is gonna, positive pala yung given. Positive 4 and 11 is right about here. And yung other point is here, reflection. Okay? Dito, sa letter C, parang question mark yung answer ko dito kasi yung vertex niya is 0 and 2. So, ano nga yung 2? That's the lowest point, right? So, if you're gonna graph it, it's right about here. And the other point is what? Negative 4 and 1. It's gonna be around here. So, questionable siya for me because lowest point kasi yung 2. Tapos, meron kang point na negative 4 and 1. Ganon. So, parang walang answer ako dito. Wala akong answer sa letter C. Or maybe do I have to solve this? Pero, for this time, okay lang ba na question mark lang muna?
Opo.
Kasi nga, pero gets mo ba bakit walang Kasi yung lowest point ng vertex, yung lowest point ng parabola is at 2 here, but you have a point that is right about here. So parang di possible, ganun. Ganun yung pagka understand ko about it. So about sa letter D. What's the other point?
Nakamute pala ako, sorry. Positive 2 and then 1.
Positive 2 and 1. Okay. So, understand na po yung part na to, no number 4.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on now to the find each feature of the given parabolas. Okay. So, for letter A, easy lang po kasi to kasi you already have the graph. You have to just locate the points, right? So, it's asking for the vertex. Okay? The vertex is where? Here, the lowest point. So, what's the vertex? Saan yung x natin? Nakamute ka po.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And then 0 and then -2.
So the vertex would be 0 and -2. Okay? How about the axis of symmetry?
0 as well.
Anong yung 0? X or Y?
Yung X po.
X is equal to 0. Or you can also say the y-axis. Okay? Kahit saan
Yeah.
lang dito yung answer mo. How about the intercepts?
Um, X equals
Do you think we
2.
could solve for this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Kasi yung x-intercepts natin dito. So ano to? Ano to sila? You already have the right, the vertex. Then you can write a what? A
Positive.
equation for this one. Y 0 naman po kasi yung ang x natin, so x squared na lang. But yung ating y here is -2. Ay, no. So it's gonna be what? Minus.
-2.
So this is our equation of this graph. Okay? Equation of parabola. So how do we get the x-intercepts again?
We square it
We equate the y to 0
to
first.
0.
Okay?
Then
That
we
is,
square.
and then you have what? 2x squared. So your x-intercepts would be positive and
Positive
negative square root of 2.
2.
Okay? So it's telling us that this one is square root 2 and this one is negative square root 2 and 0. Okay, so our x-intercepts would be what? These two. Square root 2 and 0 and then the negative 1. Okay? So what is the domain of our function?
It's all real numbers.
X would be real numbers. How about the range?
-2. Y
Y
is more than including -2.
-2 and how about what's this? The minimum value. What's the lowest point?
-2.
-2. Okay, very good. How about for this one? Can you answer this one and then tell me after?
Um, it's for I. For one, it's 0 and then 1.
0 and eh, wait, wait. 0 and 1.
Yeah.
How about the 2?
It's x equals to 0.
And then
3. I think there's no x-intercept.
there's no.
There's no x-intercept.
Kasi di naman
Hindi naman.
nag-enter.
Opo,
Tsaka yung lowest point natin is 0.
0. And then
But
all real numbers. And then y is more than including 1.
1,
And
less
then y.
value, and then 1. Very good. Okay. Here. Dito mo magagamit yung ano mo. Yung, ano to? Yung calculator mo. So, first, ano nga yung gagawin? Input.
Input.
Input your equation. And then press calc. Okay?
Yeah.
What's for 3? Negative 3, I mean.
9.
9. About negative 2.
It's 7. Ay,
Negative 2. It's what?
wait, na-back. Na-delete. Wait.
Sige, go. Yung equal sign
Y.
lang yung pipindutin mo para di ka na need ano.
Okay. Tas magiging answer. And then,
Apo. Di ba yung parang nag-a-ask siya ng anong yung x? Tapos
yeah.
input ka lang again. Negative 2. Para you don't have to enter the equation all the time.
And then negative 2. 4.
It's gonna be 4. How about the 1?
And then pupunta ko pa yung answer. Dito after. After makita yung
Hindi po answer, yung equal sign lang po.
equal sign lang. Okay. And then, for 1, it's 1.
For negative 1, it's 1. How about the
1.
0?
0.
Okay.
And then 1. And then 4. And then 9.
4 and 9. Nag-answer ka naman ngayon sa ano mo, 'di ba, sa worksheet mo.
Opo.
Okay. So how do you graph this again? Start at the vertex. Okay? 0.
And then
Ito.
0.
Ito. Start muna ako sa positive. 1 and 1. It's here. 2 and 4. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is here. Okay. Okay. And then 3 and 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's here. Okay? And then it's just a what? A reflection on the other side, right?
Yep.
So ngayon, copy lang natin. And then we also have 3 over here. So, just connect the dots after. Connect the points. So, that's it. That's your
Parabola.
parabola now. Okay? And let's move on to letter B. So, do the same thing. Input equation.
And nawala. Nine,
Are you putting
7.
9?
Is it 9? Wait.
X squared minus 4. Y is equal to x squared minus 4. And then, wait, baka ko yung mali. My answer would be 5. Ano sa'yo?
Y equals 9. Wait, y equals x squared pa rin ba yung ano?
X squared minus 4 na tayo. Ito yung ating function.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, 5.
5. How about negative 2? What's the
0.
value? 0.
And then negative 3.
Negative
Then
3.
0.
For 0, what? What's the answer?
0.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
negative 4. Or
It's
negative 4.
negative 4.
And then negative 3. And then 0. And then 5.
0 and then 5. So, paano mag-graph? Alam mo naman mag-graph.
Start. Yeah.
Start with the vertex. Assume vertex to. Hindi to lagi yung vertex.
Up.
So, that's your 0 and negative 4. 2, 3, and 4. Here's your vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then start with the positives. Your 1 and negative 3, it's here. 2 and 0. So you have a what? An intercept. Okay? Pag makikita mo yung 0, that's actually an intercept. And then you also have the 3 and the 5. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. So, reflection lang on the other side. Okay? Feedback?
Yeah.
How many more? Like 2 more. Let's answer it together. What's your negative 3? What's the value for y for negative 3?
10.
Wait lang po. Got negative 3. It's gonna be 10.
And then 5.
5,
And then 2.
2,
And then 1.
1.
And then 2. And then 5. And then 10.
Okay, so writing it, we start with the assumed vertex here. You have your 0 and 1. 0 is here, your 1 is here. So here is the vertex. Start with the positives. You have 1 and 2. 1, 1 and 2 here. 2 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then your 3 and 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's here. Okay. Reflection po on the other side. Last example, you have your -1.
-3 is 8,
-3 is
8,
8. -2.
and then 3. -1 is 0,
0.
and then -1, and then 0, and then 3, then 8.
So, graph natin. Start with the vertex 0 and 1. Saan sila? Same vertex. This is positive. Wait lang po. Are you sure po na 1 to or -1 ba to? Kasi
-1.
-1.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're gonna start here. And then you have what? If you have 0 here, you have x-intercepts. That's your 1. Okay? 1 and 1. Then next 2 and 3. 2, 1, 2, 3 here. And then you have 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. Okay? Reflect lang po on the other side. Here, and you have it over here. Okay? Connect the dots. San, baka po na-notice nyo, yung ano po, yung from the x values here, and yung negative values, I mean, they have the same y's, right? Yan yung reflective property ng parabola natin. But hindi po yun yung case all the time kasi mayroon po yung sometimes na yung parabola natin is like going this way. So like you have to solve it pa rin just to double check. Okay? Okay, so we have your next lesson. This one is graphing a parabola of the form. Sorry. Of the form y is equal to ax squared plus k. So, ano yung pinagkaiba sa previous lesson? Yung previous lesson mo is just this one or this one. X ano yun? Squared plus k. Yan yung previous lesson mo. This time, we have the additional a. So, ano yung a na to? Yung a na to is like, pag mag-search ka or mag-YouTube ka other videos, sometimes that represents the 4p. Okay? So, that A represents what? Kasi meron po tayong tinatawag, wala po sa lesson nyo to, pero meron pong tinatawag na focus tsaka yung directrix. If you have the parabola, ito po yung parabola natin. For example, ito yung vertex natin, right? So, you have a certain distance here, which is letter A, and your focus. This point is your focus. Ito. And then, this a value represents this one in their function. Okay? And then, the same amount of a on the opposite side, you have the, what you call, an imaginary line, which is your directrix. Useful po to pag nagsosolve ka ng applications of parabola. But so far, sa worksheet mo na-send sa akin, parang wala pa naman kayong application or something. So, introduce ko na lang sa'yo to more pag na-encounter na natin yung lesson. Okay? So, yan yung A natin. And also, yung A natin, it tells us how narrow or wide a parabola should be. Example, some parabolas could be like this wide, or some parabolas could be like super narrow, like this one. Okay? So, that y also, like if the y is bigger, the gap is also bigger. Okay? And if it's smaller, then it's narrower. So A could also tell us the direction. Okay, for example, the positive, this A is positive. If A is positive, it's looking upwards. But if it's, I mean positive to, sorry. But if it's negative, it's looking downwards. Okay, so those are the things that this A could help us. Okay? Yan yung bagong na-introduce sa standard form sa worksheet nyo. Okay. So this time, you have what? Graph function of x equal to negative x squared by plotting the points using the integers between x is equal to negative 3 and 3. So, anong na-notice mo?
Save lang yung negative 3 and then yung 3.
Anong na-notice mo sa
Sa
graph?
parabola. Yung highest point niya is here. Kasi kanina puro lowest point.
Kanina lowest point, that's your positive kasi yan. Ito, this time, negative. Yan yung, this time, negative siya. So, this one is the A natin. Yun yung application ng A, which is negative 1. Okay? So, it's exactly the same as your example 1 earlier, but this time, it's what? Looking downwards, right?
Yeah.
Since our A here is negative, then our parabola is looking downwards. Okay? And what's the difference pa ba? When earlier we had as what you said, we had the lowest and or the minimum value. This time we have the highest or the maximum values. Okay? You can try the Calcutech part. I mean, you can use the calculator to check this one. Okay? Here. So graph y is equal to 1/2 x squared by plotting the points using integers between negative 4 and 2. What did you notice? Naka-ano ka po? Naka-mute ka po.
There's a fraction in...
There's a fraction here, right?
Yeah.
So, this one is telling us that the parabola got wider, right? You've noticed the parabola, like this one? Yung parang mas narrow siya this time, parang bumuka ka. Ganon. So, this is affected by the 1/2, which is our A. Okay? Yan lang yung, ayan lang po yung gustong sabihin ng example na to sa atin. Yung parang pinapakita lang po yung effects po nung A sa ating parabola. Okay? So, ano nga po
Paano po siya isa-solve sa... Paano po isa-solve sa calculator if fraction?
if fraction po. Sige, try natin. Function of alpha y is alpha calc y equal, right? You know that already. Yung fraction po, can you see yung button below the calc? Yung parang may dalawang ano. Pinutin mo lang po. And then input 1 and 2. Tsaka po mag-alpha ka lang ulit. Alpha x squared. Then press lang po calc. You can enter your x values now.
Okay.
Okay? Nakita mo na?
Okay.
Meron pa bang
Wala na po.
So, to recap, yung A nagsasabi sa atin ng kung gaano ka-narrow or gaano ka-wide our parabola would be, or it can also tell us where is it looking. Is it upwards, downwards, right, or left? Okay. We have another example. What's our A this time?
It's -2.
-2, right? So our A is -2, and as you've noticed, it's got a more narrow, right, compared to the other one, because it's the influence of the 2, and at the same time our 2 is negative, that's why it's looking downwards. Okay? Any more questions? Oh, meron pa pala. So this time we also have a this one is y equals to 1/4 x squared. Ano yung vertex natin dito? Let's look in the equation.
0 and 1.
Is it 1?
Yeah,
Ito.
-1.
2 to.
Ay, sorry.
That's gonna
Hindi
be
pala.
0 and -2. That's
I think,
our vertex. Okay? What's our A?
yeah, it's 1/4.
1/4, right?
Yeah.
So this -1/4 compared to the 1/2 earlier, it's gotten more wide because the number got smaller. Okay? It's gotten more wide, and we have the vertex below. And 1/4 is also positive. That's why the parabola is facing upwards. Okay? So it has a minimum value of 2. Axis of symmetry domain range is same as x and y. And the intercepts are what? Here. And you have 2 plus -2. So let me show you this one. Y is equal to 1/4 x squared minus 2. Sorry. Equate natin si y to 0. 1/4. Opposite to. Anong gagawin pag dito? You're gonna have to multiply it by 4, right? To cancel out the 4. Cancel. It's gonna be 8 equal to x squared. Then you have to get the it's gonna be x squared equal it's gonna be x na lang pala. It's gonna be x equal to square root of 8. You can answer square root of 8, but square root of 8 can be simplified. So, paano nakuha to yung positive 2 yung sa labas? That is because, okay, go.
Okay, is it because it's 4 and then
4
you do it?
2, right?
Yeah.
And 4 is a perfect square, so it can be placed outside
Magiging
the square root. 2 and square root
of 2.
Okay. So these are your intercepts for this example. Okay po ba?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's telling us to write the equation with a parabola with vertex, therefore that passes through the point 2 and 2. Right? Meron tayong vertex and 1 point. That's our given. So what's the solution? We're gonna write the standard form. This is the standard form for this time. The vertex is translated k units upward from the vertex of yx squared. So to have a vertex at 0.4, it's gonna be y is equal to ax squared plus 4. Kasi nga yung vertex natin, hk yan. Diba? So from the standard form na y is equal to ax squared plus k, just replace the k dito. Okay? Y ax plus 4. Get mo ba so far? Kung paano po nakuha yung yung equation?
Yep.
Nakuha natin yung equation, but we don't have the value of a. Wala pa tayong value of a. We have to find this value of a. So how are we gonna do that? We have to replace the 1 point here. We have the other point. So what's our negative 2 again? Our negative 2 is our x and our positive 2 is our y. So in this equation, you have to replace it. So positive 2 a 2 4 plus negative 2 whole square 4a. A is what? X. What happened? A is negative 1/2. Plus what is that? So that's how we're gonna get the equation of the parabola. So our equation for this example is negative 1/2 x squared plus 4. Let's be clear. May questions po before ma-proceed?
Wala pa naman.
Okay, so this time, a parabola with an axis of symmetry x is equal to 0 has a y-intercept of 4 and a 1 x-intercept at 1. So, right equation for the parabola. So, ano ba yung translation na to? Yung wala tayong vertex, but meron tayong tatlong y. So, kasi pag alam mo yung definition of each, meron kang points na makukuha. So, here's the solution. If the axis of symmetry is x equal to 0, the parabola must be the form of yx squared. Pag yung axis of symmetry daw is x is equal to 0 or the y-axis is the axis of symmetry, you can use this as the general form. Next, if the y-intercept is 4, then y is equal to x squared plus 4. So, and an x-intercept at 1 is the point 1, 0. So, this is our point. And if you have the y-intercept daw, kasi nga, yung y-intercept natin, most probably, it's the vertex, right? Kasi yung vertex natin. So, you replace the k here with negative 4. You now have the equation a x squared plus, negative na pala. 4. And then, what are you gonna do again? You're gonna substitute the point.
Y, yeah.
This is from the x-intercept. But you understand why there's 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's a intercept. So replace it. What's our y? That's 0. A. So the equation of the parabola would be y is equal to 4x squared minus 4. Gets po ba? Huwag ka po mahiya na mag-ask questions, okay po?
Opo.
here, we have to answer. Ano ba ang answer dito? Wait, check ko muna yung answer ko. Is this easy? Ayan po ba to? Wala akong answer, 3.1. Okay. So, sketch the parabola and state the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the domain, the range, or the max and min value. So, ano po ba? Earlier, parang naka-assign po yung vertex natin, ay yung x natin. As you notice, di ba? That's your negative 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yan yung usual natin kanina, right? But this
Yes.
time, maybe di niya naka-assign, di siya nag-assign ng x values kasi parang pwede mag-move yung parabola. Kaya mag-ready lang tayo na i-adjust yung x values natin. Okay? So this is kind of like a trial and error. Na pag lagpas tayo sa graph, change natin yung x natin. Okay? But let's stick lang sa ating bali po ikaw yung mag-give ng x values natin. Okay? So let's just try for number 1 or for letter A, the negative 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, and 2, and 3. Okay? So can you give me the y values by entering this equation?
Wait, paano ko po gagawin negative x squared to?
Yung negative po, you can just, yung parang
Yes.
minus, you can use that one.
Okay.
Or you can use the button under the fraction. Magkapareha lang po yan.
Okay. Negative 7 yung negative 3.
Negative 7.
Then negative 2. And then positive 1.
Positive 1.
And then 2. And then 1. And then negative 2. And then negative 7.
Negative 7. Okay, let's try plotting this graph.
So tayo lang po yung maglalagay ng sarili nating numbers na.
Yes po. Pero as much as
Basta
possible.
equal.
Apo. Para mag-show yung reflective property, mag-start ka na lang sa 0, tsaka yung left side, which are the negatives, and the right side, which are your positives. Okay? Para mapakita po yung parabola po natin. Kasi po pag parang if we're gonna choose the all positive numbers, if we're graphing it, it's gonna show the left side only. It's not gonna like reflect the left side. Okay? Now let's try graphing this one. Let's assume the vertex is at 0 and 2. 0 and 2. Sorry. 0 and 2. What do you think will be the parabola? Is it facing upwards or downwards?
Upwards.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Yung A po natin is what?
Oh, negative pala, sorry.
Negative 1. That's why we
It's
assume
downwards.
it's gonna be facing downwards. Okay? But if we don't even if we don't assume, the values that we're gonna plot is gonna give a downward plot anyway. Okay. So that's 1, 1, -1, -2, and -2. Where's -2 here? And then there we have 3 and -7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's here. Okay. Ay, sorry. So that's gonna be our parabola. And what's the vertex?
Our vertex is 2,
2,
0, and then 0,
0,
and then
and
2.
2. Okay. What's the axis of symmetry?
It's x equals 0.
X equals 0. Domain.
Then all real numbers.
Domain would be your real numbers. And
And then
then
y is less than,
less
including
than,
2.
including 2.
2.
And what's the maximum or the minimum? Is it maximum?
Um, Maximum 2.
2. Okay. So do you have question for this one?
Not yet.
Can you answer letter B first?
Okay.
Nasa-CR lang po ako.
Sige.
Wait lang. Thank you. Para makapag-charge ko yung pen ko.
Pwedeng, pwedeng same values nang nilagay mo sa
Opo,
taas.
pwede po. But you can try other values as well if you want to
Okay.
try.
Thank you.
Charge ko po muna yung pen ko. Just tell me if may answer ka na po. Thank you.
Meron na po.
Meron na po. So, okay. So, did you use the same x values?
Hindi po.
Ano po yung ginamit mo?
Ano po? -5,
-5,
and then -4, and then -3, and then 0, and then 3, 4, 5.
what's your y values?
46.
Wait.
Masyadong
What
malaki
yung
po.
malaki po? Okay, let's try. Try ko po.
Pero hindi na po
-4.
natin mag-graph yun.
Hindi natin siya mag-graph.
It's okay.
It's very
And
big.
then 28.
Actually, okay lang yan, pero hindi lang natin siya ma-show sa, like, sa worksheet mo.
Okay lang po. I understand ko naman. Then
Then,
28 po.
28,
And then 14.
14,
-4.
-4,
And then 14, 28, 46.
26. Okay? So, yan yung yung ano po, kung yung hindi po ano yung, I mean, pag malaki po yung values na inassume mo for x, actually correct yan, but yung pag mag-plot ka niyan kasi nandito siya, around yung outside siya sa plane na given sa atin. So, we could try maybe to just stick to -1 para ma-plot natin. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, try natin yung negatives. 1, 2, 3. Kahit yung 14 nga, mas malaki pa rin yun eh. 33. Ano yung -2?
4 ata. Wait lang.
4, right?
Apo.
About yung -1?
-2.
Ayan,
And then
there's
-4.
4, 2, 4, and 14 pa rin po. Okay, let's try graphing. We have what? 0 and what do you think will be the where is it facing?
Upwards.
Upwards, because our A is 2 and
Positive.
it's positive and it's looking upward. Wait lang po. Wait lang po. Naka-off okay. Okay, let's try graphing. Where's our 0 and -2? -4, I mean. 0 is here, -4 is here. So here is our assumed vertex, right? So, and we're gonna, it's gonna be facing upwards. What's the positive sides? That's 1, and then you have your 2. Where's the 2 here? 4. It's 14. Let's assume that it's around here. Okay? Reflect it on the other side. So, yan yung parabola natin. It's gonna be very what? It's gonna be very narrow. Okay? Pag mag-answer ka ng worksheet mo, pagandahin mo na lang. So, what's gonna be our vertex?
0 and then -4.
0 and -4. How about our axis of symmetry?
It's 0. X equals to 0.
X equal to 0. Our domain?
It's real number.
All real numbers. How about our range? What's the lowest?
-4.
Is it greater or lower?
Greater.
Greater and equal to -4. How about the last one? Is it maximum or minimum?
Minimum of -4.
It's a minimum of
-4.
Okay. So what did you notice between the two graphs? Our A here is -1 and our A here is +2. Ano pa yung na-notice natin?
The -1 is pababa, and then the positive one is pataas.
Mataas.
And then
And then what?
and then the second one is more narrow than the first one, even though they have the same value.
Okay. It's gotten what? Narrow.
More.
Compared to ano. So that's
The
that's
first.
telling us that if A is bigger, it's more narrow.
Narrow.
If it's smaller, it's gonna be wider. And if it's positive, it's gonna be facing upwards, and if it's negative, it's gonna be facing downwards. Okay. We have two more examples. Let's try answering this one. Let's maybe stick to the negative 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
-1, -2, and -3. 1, 2, 3. Can you give me the values?
Wait lang. -3 is 1/2. -1/2.
-1/2.
And then 2. 2.
What's 2? It's 2.
Yep. And then 7/2.
7/2. Positive, right?
And yep. And then +4.
+4.
And then 7/2. Then 2. And
7/2.
then 1/2. And
-1/2.
yep.
Okay, so let's try plotting this one. 1/2 is just in the right about the middle of the one here, right? So let's start with the assumed vertex. 0 and 4. 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be our vertex. And what is our A? A is negative 1/2, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna be facing downwards.
Downwards.
Let's start with the positive values. 7/2 is around 3.5. 3.5. So it's right about here. And then 2, we have 2. 2. Let's see. And 3, we have 2. 2 and 1. Is it negative? It's
It's
negative, right?
positive.
Yung sa 3.
So 3 po is negative 1/2. Yeah.
Negative 1/2. So it's right about here. Okay? So reflect it on the other side. It's here. And then we have to connect the dots. So that is our graph. So what did you notice? It's
It's wide.
wide, right?
Yeah.
Then can you tell me the vertex for this one?
It's 0 and then positive 4.
0 and 4. How about the let's see, it's faster here. What's the axis of symmetry?
X equals 0.
X equal to 0. How about the domain?
It's all real numbers.
Still all real numbers. How about the range?
It's y. It's less than equal to 4.
4. And the
Maximum 4.
maximum is 4. Okay. So last number. Let's still stick to the 0, 1, 2, 3.
One fourth, positive 1/4,
Positive 1/4.
and then negative 1,
Negative 1.
and then negative 7/4,
Negative 7/4.
and then negative 2, and the same thing.
Seven, 7/1/4. Negative 1 and then 1/4. Okay, let's try plotting it. Assume the vertex is where the intercept is. 0 and negative 2. It's right about here. So is it gonna be facing upwards or downwards? What's our A?
Upward,
It's facing
positive.
upwards. Okay. Plotting it on the 7/4 is 1.75. So that's where around here. Like right about here. 1 and 7/4, 1.71. And then 2 and negative 1 here. And then 3 and 1/4. It's right about here. Okay. I don't think it needs to be perfect since you're gonna connect it anyways. Reflect it on the other side. You're gonna get like this. And then you're gonna what? You're gonna connect the dots.
Connect the dots.
So here's now our graph. So what do you notice compared to the previous graph?
It's wider.
It's much more wider. divider, right? Since our A has gotten smaller. Okay, can you tell me the vertex?
It's 0 and then -2.
0, -2. It's still gonna be the
And
same axis.
0. And then real numbers.
How about the range?
It's y is more than or equal to 2, -2. Sorry.
-2. And it's gonna be
And
what?
then minimum of -2.
Minimum value is -2. Okay. So that's our last number for this one. Okay. Here we have to write an equation of the form y is equal to a x squared plus k for each parabola. So do you remember how we did it in the examples previously?
Wait, can you show me again?
Okay. So from the examples, what did we do again? We inserted the given vertex here to k, and then we substituted the given point, which is this one. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So first, what is the standard form? Standard form is again this one. Okay, if you have the vertex 0, 0, what's gonna be the equation? This is h, this is k. It's gonna give us what? Y equal to
Equals to
a
0
x.
squared.
That's it, right? Because k is 0.
So is it just y equals -x squared?
There's no negative. We're just gonna
I mean,
use this one because this is the standard form.
oh, okay, for a.
Okay. So to find the equation for the parabola, we have to also find the value of a. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna what?
Insert
We have to substitute, right? Because we
to
have the
0.
given point here. This is your x, this is your y. What's our y?
It's -4.
-4 equal to a. What's our x?
2.
That's gonna be 2. Okay, it's gonna be 4a. Divide both sides by 4. What is our a?
A is 4.
4 divided by
Wait,
4.
it's just a, just 1.
Just 1, right? But it's negative. So what's gonna be our equation? Replace the a in the standard here with -1. So the answer would be y is equal to negative
X
x
squared.
squared. This is the equation of the parabola. Okay, can you do letter B on your own, and let's check your answer afterwards.
Is it y equals negative 4x squared minus 2?
Um, y is equal to negative 4x squared minus 2. Okay, so that answer is correct. You got the A, right? What's our A?
It's negative 4.
It's negative 4. So you did the same computation like in this one.
Yep.
So next example, we have the vertex, and this time we don't have the point, but we have the x-intercept 4. If we have the x-intercept 4, what is this point? It's gonna be what? It's gonna be 4 and 0, right? Because your y is gonna be 0, because again, it is an x-intercept. If you have the x-intercept, the y is gonna be 0 always. Okay, so you're still gonna do the same computation. So you have the standard form y a x squared plus k. What's our k here? It's
Negative.
negative 6. So let's start with y equal to x squared minus 6. Substitute at point 4. I sorry, it's gonna be 0. 0 a r what's this? X is 4 plus we have what is 4 times 4 squared, that is 16. Actually, wait, is it it's gonna be 16, divide both sides by 16, it's gonna give us what, 6 over 16, that's gonna be 3/8. Okay, if you don't know how to simplify, just simply like input it in your calculator and it's gonna give you the simplified value. Your A is 3/8. Then what's our equation? Our equation is gonna be
X, y, x squared.
3/8
X
x squared minus 6. This
minus
is
6.
our answer.
Wait, can I go to the washroom?
Okay, go.
Thank you.
Wala kopi lang ga? Ha? Kopi na? Oh. Sabi mo kape. Thank you lang ga. It's okay ah. Okay lang. You got lower value than what you paid for? It's okay lang ga. Thank you lang ga. Mainom ko ha. 30 minutes na lang man actually. Kasi dugamay lang na sa sabtanaw. Nadugayan kami start kay maparecord sa gali. Ti abi ko sa Zoom. Premium pa ko. Hindi na ako premium sa Zoom. Buisit. I-try ko tanin sa imo kay basi premium. Balay niyo and dobla. Wala ko na try. Kay ara na siya. Yung nag-meet na lang kami. Tapos, nag-download pa ko OBS. Download pa ko OBS. OBS. Ang recorder ba? Mm. Mm. Talaga record ang sound ko eh. Hmm. Hindi ba pwede ma-pause ni? Okay, ara na. Are you good?
Yep.
Okay. So, uh, oh, there's gonna be a lot of examples. We're gonna be
Until
ending
what
at
time
uh
pala tayo?
8:30, 11:30 here. So,
Yep.
what time is
So
it
ilang
over there?
hour? How many more hours?
So, we only have 30 minutes left.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Pa tomorrow, di ba?
Yeah, we're gonna meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Are
Thank
we meeting
you.
at the same time? So, for example, like 8:30
Yeah,
still?
up to you.
Okay. So we can extend
8:30.
more. We
Yeah.
have time to extend if ever. Okay?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. So here for letter D, we have the axis of symmetry x is equal to 0. So what is this telling us? This is the y-axis.
Right.
Yeah. So if it's about the same axis, it's gonna use what? The standard form, that is yx
X squared
plus b. So if
plus.
you have it's telling us that the axis of symmetry is y-axis because for example the axis of symmetry is like y is equal to 0, then the standard form that we're gonna be using is the opposite of this one. It's gonna be x equal to a y squared plus h. Okay, so if the axis of symmetry is different, we're gonna be using a different standard form. Okay? I just want to clarify that one.
Yep.
And how about the maximum value? What is this telling us?
It's 3.
You have a y that is 3, or that's gonna be vertex. Okay? Vertex. And the axis of symmetry is 0. Here, the 0 is here. So you're going to write 0 as well here because that's your x. And you have a minimum value of 3, that is your y. So you have now the vertex, which is 0 and 3. Let me rewrite this one. Okay? So the vertex is from the given, these two given. From this, we can deduce that we have a vertex that is 0 and 3. How about the x-intercept? This is gonna be what?
-1 and then 0.
0. Okay. Then we're gonna use this standard form to place the vertex. Y is equal to ax squared plus 3. Substitute. What's our y? That's 0. A
0.
-1 squared plus 3.
Is it? Here.
Okay? Our a is -3, okay?
Yep.
So what's gonna be our equation?
It's y equals negative 3x plus 3.
Plus 3. So, okay. If you're gonna get the hang of it, it's gonna get easier. Okay. So this one, you have the range. Okay. So what is this range telling us? It's telling us the what?
It's less than equal to 5.
It's telling us the maximum. Is it maximum?
Maximum.
Maximum
Yeah,
value?
I think so.
Max letter. What letter is this one? Maximum value. Yeah. This is max value or
5.
our 5. This is 5 or this is also our y. Here you have the x is equal to 0, the axis of symmetry. So from this 2 given, you can assume that your vertex is what?
It's 0, 0.
You
I
have
mean
5.
0
You have 0 and
and
5
5.
as your vertex. So, and
Yes.
x-intercept, you will have 3 and 0.
0.
Okay? Can you give me the equation?
Actually, I have it. It's I have y equals negative 5 over 9 x squared
5, 9
plus
over squared, sorry, x squared plus 5. Okay, so this one is correct. You're just gonna do what? You're just gonna substitute the x-intercept.
yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
How about for letter F? Can you give me the equation? Can you solve it for me?
It's y equals negative 1 over 6 x squared plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. What's your A?
It's 1 negative 1
Negative.
x 1 6, sorry.
Okay. This one, we also have axis of symmetry 0 and the maximum value of 5. So this is going to give us the vertex, which is
0 and
0 and
5.
5. So can you solve for the equation?
Is it y equals negative 4 over 9
Negative
x
4 over
squared?
9 x squared plus 5. Okay, that's
Yeah.
correct. Here you have a range that is a what? A minimum.
Minimum of.
And you
Oh,
also
okay. I
have,
thought you were saying from g. Minimum of negative 2.
yeah, and you also have the axis of symmetry at x0. Then the vertex for here is gonna be 0
0,
and negative
negative 2.
2. Okay, and the x-intercept is telling us we have a point that is at negative 5 and 0.
And then,
Okay, when you solve this one,
okay. Is it y equals
oh,
2?
wait,
Oh, sorry.
wait, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's gonna be
Y equals 2 over 25
2
x
over
squared
25 x squared
minus 2.
minus 2. Okay, correct. Okay, so this is your how you would get the equation of the parabola given just 2 points. Okay, here you have 2 points, but here you're given three givens. You have three givens here, but you can deduce from these two given that you have a vertex, right?
Yeah.
So you just need 2 points actually, and you just have to know where the axis of symmetry or what the standard form you will be using. Okay, do you have any questions for this part of the lesson? No.
No.
So we're gonna be answering this is 6 until 7, but let's answer what we can answer with the time left. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so this is solving problems. Here we have find a and k so that a parabola of the form y is equal to a x squared plus k passes through the points negative 2 and 7, and then 3 and negative 22. So how do we answer this? Let's write the given first, okay? Let's write the given. Y is equal, that is what? The standard form. We don't have this vertex, right? Like, as you can see, we can't replace the k easily. But we do have two other points. So we have given points. Let's assign this as point 1, which is negative 2 and 7. And then point 2, 3 and negative 2, 2. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is substitute values of the points in point 1, substitute the values in point 2, and this is going to give us two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. And with these two equations, and we have two unknowns, right? A and K, we have two unknowns. Then we can therefore find A and K since we have two equations. So first, at point 1, let me write it, find or the required equation of parabola. So here's our solution. First, we're going to substitute point 1. What's our y? It's going to be 7 into a negative 2 squared.
Square.
Okay. Okay. We have 7. Simplify it. What's negative 2 squared? That's going to be 4. So we now have our first equation. Let's label it as equation 1. Okay? Then we have to find our second equation. What's our second equation? Substitute point 2 this time. We have negative 2, 2, a, and what's our x3 squared plus k. Simplify, 9 plus k. So we can write this as our equation 2, but to make it easier, let's isolate k. Okay? Isolate k. It's gonna transpose negative 2, 3 here, and it's gonna be negative as well. Okay? So this is gonna be our equation 2. So why did I isolate k? So it's easier to substitute the k over here. Do you get it? Okay.
Yep.
So let's answer this. This time we substitute equation 2 in equation 1. So we have equation 1, which is negative 7 4a plus k, but our k is what? K is negative 2, 3 and negative 9a. Okay? Oh, sorry. Negative 2, 3, negative 9a. So, with this, we can already find the a, right? You can solve it. Negative 27 plus 2, 3. This one is going to be what? 4a and negative 9a. And wait, so sorry. Is it 2, 3 or 2, 2? Wait, it's 2, 2. Sorry. I wrote differently. This is 2, 2. I'm sorry. This is going to be 15. 2, 2. Okay. And then 4a minus 9a, it's going to be negative 5a. Okay.
Yep.
Then divide both sides by negative 5a. We're going to have the a, which is what?
RA is 3, negative 3.
Negative 3. So you already have your a. Then how about our k?
It's
K is, we're going to use
5.
equation 2. Okay, this one. K is negative 2 minus 9a. But we can replace a now because we have its value. Negative 2 minus 9 quantity is what?
5. You get it.
This is 5. Okay, so you already have now your k. It's actually looking for a and k, not the equation of parabola. Sorry. Okay. Do you have
Yep.
a question for this problem?
Uh, you wanna?
Are we good?
Yep.
Okay. Let's move on to
Do you want to
more.
do that tomorrow? Because the thing's like long.
You want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah, because it's like, I don't think we have enough time.
This one is actually short.
Talaga. I
It
sabi ko
just
lang
looks like complicated. Do you want me to continue?
Hmm?
Do you want me to continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, in this problem, the cable between the towers of suspension bridge have the shape of a parabola with a vertex that is 5 meters above the roadway. So the roadway we can assume as our x-axis, okay? And the vertex, it says here 5 meters above the roadway. So it's going to be around here, okay? And we are to find the equation of the parabola, okay? So let's first enumerate what is given to us. First, you have the vertex, which is what? What's our vertex if it's here?
It's 5, 0, and then 5.
0 and 5. Okay? This is actually in meters. Okay? Then we also, if we have the vertex, we need another point, right? To find the equation. Yeah, we need another point. So from the other points, we can get it from this one, like this and this. So it's telling us that from this tower to this tower is 300 meters. That means that's gonna be, here is our vertex. From this tower to this tower is 300. But if we're gonna get the point, it's gonna be half, right? Like for example, this is your y-axis, here is your y-axis, and the measurement of coming from here to here would be 300. Then what's the point here? It's gonna be what? It's gonna be half of 300, right?
Okay.
This one is 150. This one is 150 as well. So the total of from this side to this side would be 300. We just
Oh,
divide it by 2.
okay.
Okay.
So it's equal.
So it's equal in both sides since it's a parabola, right? And then
Yeah.
we're also given the height of the tower, which is 45. 45, which is here. So with this givens, we can already assume that we have 2 points. So what are the 2 points? It's gonna be what? 45. I sorry, 45. So if the parabola is here, the points are here, and the points are what? Positive first, right? What's our x?
Mas-
It's gonna be 150 and 45. And on the other side, we already have 150 and 45 as well. Do you get it?
Yep.
Okay. So we're given 2 points. Positive, negative, 150, and 45. So you already know how to solve this one, right? Can you solve this
Yep.
one? You can use either the positive or the negative.
Paano niyo po isasend yung video?
I'll try to upload lang sa, maybe sa YouTube because I don't have
Ah,
space sa drive.
is it y equals 2? Wait lang. Y equals 2 over 1,125 x,
1125
x squared plus 5.
plus 5. Okay. It's actually the same answer as mine, so I think that's correct. Okay?
Okay.
And
Nag-makeup ka rin po pala.
ako? Ikaw
Opo.
ba? Nagme-makeup ka ba?
Opo, pero mas magaling ka.
Hindi naman po. Do you also do commissions?
Hindi po, ano lang, for fun.
For
Minsan, kapag mga relatives lang po.
Hmm. You should do commissions. Pwede
Di ba ako siya ng confident?
You just need like mapapag-practicean, ganun.
Oo nga po. Nagko-commission po kayo.
Oo. Yung mga like, it started actually as like doing makeup for others until parang niya next you could do like makeup as like to make money, ganun.
Ilang taon po kayo nag-start?
Commissions, I started like 2022 maybe. But I started doing makeup like when I was 18. You're actually early. You're 16, right?
Opo.
Then you're gonna get better. So I think we can do the last one for the last 3 minutes. The Gateway Arch in St. Louis has a shape that approximates a parabola. So find the width of the arch that is 60 meters above the ground. So it's asking us that if the width, wait, it's asking us that if it's given here, right? The total height and the width of the arch. But it's asking us if the width of the arch is at 60, so maybe like around here at 60. So if it's 60 meters above the ground, what is gonna be the width? Okay. So you're supposed to find the what? The x here. So that's the required. Find, sorry. Given. What's our given? We have, assume it, standard form is y ax plus b. So, with this given, what do you think is the vertex?
It's 60 and 0.
Are you sure it's 60? Here is the parabola. It's just asking
Oh,
us, at 60 height, what's gonna be the width. So it's like a different point. We're finding the point. But the vertex is here. The height is here. It's 192. It's 192 here, right? So
yeah.
the vertex that we have should be 0 and 192. Okay? Now we have the vertex. And with this given, we also have the 192. It's actually kind of the same problem as the previous one. If the width here is 192, what's gonna be this point and this point?
96.
96. So we have the points positive or negative 96 and 0. So from this, given, you have to find x at y is equal to 60, or the width. Width at 60. Okay?
Is it negative 1 over 48?
Yeah. The equation from this one is gonna be y is equal to negative 1 over 48 x squared, and then what? Plus
Plus 192.
192. Okay? So what do you think we should do with this one, with the equation?
What?
We're gonna substitute the given here, which is
Uh,
60, to find x. Okay? So the at y is equal to 0, y is equal to 60, sorry. Substitute it, right? 60 negative 148 x squared. Do you know how to do shift solve sa calculator?
paano to?
So you're gonna input this equation. Okay? That's 60
Negative.
148.
Nine 1,215 over 48.
This is 9,000. My answer is like,
Yeah. X
wait,
squared plus. May 60 pala.
may 60 po dito. And you're gonna press shift and calc after you've input this
Ah,
equation. Okay?
okay po.
Yeah. This equation. You're gonna press shift and then calc.
Lalagay ko pa yung parenthesis. Or
Ano
hindi
po?
na.
Di na po. Yung 60 lang until 192. The x should be around 79.
After po ilagay shift as calc po.
Shift as calc off. That's your shift and solve.
1.
Matagal po yan yung yung pag-solve niya. But you're gonna get around 79.6.
79.6.
I'm gonna teach you more about shift solve tomorrow. So you're gonna
Oh,
get 79.6. So that is your x only. But you're asked the width, right? So the x is right about here. Here. That's 79.6. But you also have to get the other side because you're being asked the width of this one at 60. Okay? So what are you gonna do with the x? You simply multiply it
times
by
it.
2. So what's our width?
It's 2. Ay, sorry. 159.2
159.2 in meters.
meters.
Meters. Okay. You have any more questions?
No.
Okay. So how did you
I-private. Ay, sorry.
ano po?
Pag iba-upload nyo po sa YouTube, private na lang po. Tapos send nyo
Unlisted
na lang
lang
po
po
sa akin
siya.
yung link.
Okay po. So, okay na po tayo. Wait, mag-on
Opo.
lang ako. How did you find our first session? Okay lang po
Okay
ba?
na. Opo.
Just tell me if parang masyadong mabilis or we need
Hindi,
to
okay lang
slow
po.
down. Okay lang po. Sige.
Opo.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye. Thank
Send ko lang po
you.
yung link. Thank you.
Opo. Thank you.